In the last video I made, the channel update thing, this is technically part 2 of it. I mentioned in my last video that this video is probably going to be the most personal video I've ever made. So yeah, you're reading the title right. I'm sober. Today I wanted to briefly talk about my addiction to alcohol, what's been going on with me for the past year, and my new chapter of life in sobriety, I guess. Now, while this is a very personal video, I won't be going over everything, just because there's like topics involving family that I don't really want to, I'm not comfortable talking about that in a video format, and you understand. And at the end of the day, I guess I also want this video to sort of, I don't know, not maybe inspire people, but also maybe help people that are going through their own battle or their own addiction. I just want to say, if this sort of video makes you uncomfortable and it triggers something for you, you don't gotta watch this video. It's totally fine. I completely understand, and I hope you have a good day or a good night. So, should I start this out like a friggin' AA meeting? Hi, my name is Jared. You all know, majority of you all know me as JerryDood, and I'm an alcoholic. Or was. I don't know. I had my first drink when I was like, I was either 15 or 16, but I would really, like, once I had my first drink at 15 or 16, I would only drink like a couple times a year, because the only time I would drink was when I went to parties, and I have a little thing called social anxiety, so me going to parties is kind of a rare thing, you know? Fast forward a little bit, I turned 18, started going to college, started drinking not every day, but way more. I turned 21, and then alcohol was like the easiest thing to acquire as long as I had money, so that elevated my drinking even further. And I want to say when I was 21 or 22 is when I started notice, like, when I realized, like, hey, being drunk is helping my anxiety. It was numbing it, basically. Then in 2020, a pandemic happened, and we all had to isolate. The problem is, for me, is that I got very used to that isolation, and the drinking helped with the fear and the boredom. Now I'm 23, and I'm drinking maybe almost every night, but I'm not seeing it as a problem. I'm just a kid having a good time. I'm drinking and playing video games in the comfort of my own home. I'm not hurting anybody, just hurting myself. Then I turned 24, and I'm basically drinking every night. Code red. Then I turned 25, and I realized maybe I'm drinking a little too much. So I decided I'm only gonna drink on weekends and like special occasions, which you might be thinking to yourself, that's fine. That's what most adults do. Sure. But the problem was, I wasn't drinking like most responsible adults. I was just drinking to not feel pain, and you drink a lot to get to that state. Now it's the end of 2024. I'm 26, and I'm in the worst mental health state of my life, and this is where I first acknowledged to myself. It was like December of 2024. I acknowledged to myself, I'm a full-blown alcoholic, but I did nothing about it. So the rest of December went on, and then January came, 2025, and I was still poisoning my body and, you know, at the end of the day, putting my life at risk. My favorite type of drinking was isolation drinking, where you basically just drink by yourself in the comfort of your own home. And that's the problem with isolation drinking, is because no one sees you do it, so they don't really know or how bad of a problem you had or have. Luckily for me, one person did, and that's my mother. On January 20th of this year, my mom and I sat down. Really, she made me sit down because she's a fucking G. and we had a long talk about my drinking. And after a year, after a very long time, I finally said 3 simple words: I need help. And my mom, being the angel she is, immediately started working on getting the help that her little boy needed. And I just want to say, a bunch of my family helped too, and I don't want to, slide past that in any way. I'll forever be grateful for all of my other family members that helped out. But it was really my mom who helped me realize that, like, hey, you got a fucking problem. So, on February 24th of 2025, I took the biggest step in my life, and I entered rehab. I won't lie to you, the detox sucked. And then the first week of rehab sucked because I wanted to go home and drink. The second week sucked a little less. Listen, overall, there were a lot of times I wanted to leave, but I kept telling myself I was doing the right thing, and I had a boatload, an army of people at home waiting for me to come home and want the best for me. And I was obviously doing it for myself. I learned a lot in rehab. I really did. I'm not going to go over everything because that could be in a video in itself. I learned a lot. It really opened my eyes about how big my problem was, and if I never went to rehab, who knows how long I'd be here. That sounded morbid. Not like suicidal or anything, but like, look, I'm not a skinny guy. If I kept drinking every night, you never know what could have happened, So, I'm grateful. So, after about 24 days, I was supposed to be there for 28, but my insurance cut me off early. Gotta love American healthcare. I left rehab. And now I'm home, and I'm almost 2 months sober. I learned that it's okay that I had a problem, and that I'm only human, and I'm bound to make mistakes, and my past doesn't define who I am today. I learned in rehab that a lot of people with addiction, they're really looked down upon in society, and I think that's something that should fucking change quickly, because it's kind of disgusting. Do your own research. I'm not going to go into it in this video, but just do your own research. And I almost 100% guarantee you'll be disgusted at some of this shit people with addiction have to go through. Society, like, looking down on them wise. You get what I mean. If you have a problem, you're watching this video right now, and you think you have a problem, reach out for help. That's it. And I know it sounds so simple, but it's fucking terrifying. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I walked into that rehab and I waved goodbye to my mom and my brother, I knew this wasn't the last time I was ever gonna see them. But being in a facility, detoxing by yourself, just being by yourself, when you start this sobriety thing, it's fucking terrifying, and that's okay. You just have to keep telling yourself, at the end of the day, you're gonna put your head on that pillow at night, and you're gonna feel happy, genuinely happy and proud of yourself. At least that's what I feel. I feel the best I felt in 5 fucking years. My mom doesn't like when I curse on videos, but I'm fucking happy. I really fucking am. I'm fucking happy. Alright, I'm done cursing. So, there's a bunch of numbers to call. If you got family that you know would help you, reach out to anybody and get the help you need. It's terrifying, but it's gonna be okay at the end of the day. So, thank you guys for watching, and just remember, kindness goes a long way. This is the last personal video I plan on making. Hopefully. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so excited to be back. Thank you guys that have been joining on the live streams. We started the Pokemon Nuzlocke. It's difficult, but I'm having a good time. I'm so glad to be back making content again and actually enjoying it. Actually being creative and liking it. Never thought that would happen again, but it did, and I'm grateful. Alright, update videos are over. How about we get into an actual discussion video next, huh? We go with that? We go with that? Alright guys, I will see you either next time for a stream or a discussion video, and I'll be still reposting my TikToks. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, always. It's good to be back, motherfucker. Peace out.